hat on, maybe the shoes. Maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine, they running the route, I leave an outline when I hear the whistle. Spin move, is on, off the sideline, touch down, I put on the show.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Taken in the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Lindsay. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Block working out of the gun. The right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Launch pass.
In trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
It's 3rd down.
And throwing now is Locke. And that will be incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. That ball complete to Isabella. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 58 yards.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson. When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and...
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. This is caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Second catch in this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
A pickup of 2.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Justin Tucker.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
At their own 25.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Down and the
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down Broncos as Locke finds Jeudy. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Locke on the give, it's Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
At the 23-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
It's not much as perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Open man. He completes it to Jeudy. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
A gain of 30.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Nothing.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The tackle may
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
no gain on the play.
Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
Intended for no.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
To 9 and 10 yards to go.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Campbell making the catch. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
4th now.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. He ran out of gas at the end. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 55 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Lock will try again on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Drew, 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson, and he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. It's It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 25-yard. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. Charles, that was the few. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens add on. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
On 1st down, Locke. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he's got his tight end, Fant. Touchdown, Broncos.
Complete to
Noah Fant there to make the grab, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now here come the Ravens. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've about it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. To throw again on second down. Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Lock. This is the tight end, Fant. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Brings up 2nd and
the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Shaquem Griffin.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this year.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it.
For Denver.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably... The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Play action. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
Their own 25.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Locke on the slant, completes to Sutton.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, we gotta do our job, man.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. No escape from Locke, and he'll go down.
Drew Locke.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Locke. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Locke. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They run it again with Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Good for a Baltimore Ravens.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Broncos.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Chubb taking it in. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off for this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Tucker now to add the point after. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch 89. Watch 89. Come on, D.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And all the way down to the 29. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Locke working out of the gun. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that is incomplete.
Launch pass. Thrown away.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Makes the score. Ravens 56.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Brings up 2nd.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
That's a 46-yard line. Brings up 2nd.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.